you will be trying to play it as fast as possible. And we'll see just how well Klinks does. Like you said, only 2 picks in the Chinese region. It has been picked up in other regions and in pubs quite a lot, though.
Globally, he's had 38 games, 50% win rate. Oh, wow. Perfect. 19-19. Okay. IG, yet again, maintaining a high ground hold. I hope Team Aster just content themselves with 2 bounty in this game. Like you said, giving away that massive lead to IG did not help their cause at all. So just make sure you just get the bounties, play this game normally, y'all.
Yeah, you don't. This time around, at least, you won't be skilling Blink or something like that on your mid laner, right? Like just putting yourself in a bad position.
Sumail Puck. On the side of IG, they don't really have that much salvation, and this Puck should have a pretty decent mid game at the very least for himself. So there we go. 2-2 trade. The game gets started. Where should we be looking towards here, Lizard? Who is killing whom and how are they going to accomplish it early in the game?
Let me just unpack my crystal ball once again. I put covers on it because of the eye. The eye was watching me through it, I don't know. But yeah, like I feel there's kill potential everywhere more or less, but it's not as volatile as in that last game. At least it doesn't look that way. You can dive on top. Batrider is an insane laner. Like we've seen recently what position 4 bats can do. Saxa demonstrated it really damn well in European region, and then kind of everyone started copying. Bot lane, I feel like it's also volatile. Like you have Ench, this hero is a lane dominator. She can always make a difference. And you're playing versus Beast Klinks, so a lot of damage dished out into the TB.
And there is this newfangled beast build, right? With just spamming wild axes. Not a solitary point into a corner of the wild.
Yep, mid lane is probably the only kind of boring. I don't see anyone dying here unless there's a huge mistake done. It's DK versus Puck, right? DK just spams you and farms up. It's not really the best lane for Puck.
Sumail definitely not going to anticipate having the best time in the world. So far, already struggling somewhat in the CS department. However, he has shown a predilection for recovering under very difficult conditions.
He's
so
not
if you're
struggling.
a fan of Team Aster...
He's not struggling, he's just not existing on the mid lane. Emo is handling him super hard. Plus Emo has 3 more creeps pushed in. Like, this is 10 CS versus 2 CS.
While this was happening, though, down bottom, XXX, he winds up being the first blood of this game, as Dust is able to go in with this metamorphosis. A shout out to QIQX for providing the slow. And, dude, I must say, this is actually, you know, earlier we were having that conversation about carry players and how they've been playing somewhat cookie cutter. I do think they've been playing cookie cutter, but overall, like the average Chinese carry players have been really good this season. Like, the only players who haven't been incredible is maybe like Ulu has been a bit underwhelming. Heat, even on Team Bright. Team Bright lost pretty much every game, but Heat was amazing every game. But Dust is the only other one that was sort of, he was okay, right, throughout this tour. But today, I don't know what they gave him. I don't know why he has this grudge. He's playing like a demon today against Team Aster.
Yeah, and the Reflection together with Enchant, a ton of slows. I believe they had a Blood Grenade as well, and they get that kill really, really nicely. I agree. Like, usually, I remember a couple of seasons in which you're watching the Chinese region and you're like, why is there this item, you know, or why did you go for this item? What's happening? Well, why are you doing this or that? There are some maybe slightly questionable item builds overall, but nothing that, like, you think, okay, this is going to lose them the game. I haven't seen anything like that. And also what I like about carries, like you mentioned that they stepped it up. I think they stepped it up with aggression as well. They're all playing much, much more actively.
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. People showing up who haven't had a classic Chinese farm fest with carries being 0-0-0 at 30 minutes in quite a while. Feels bad, I miss it. Was good times. This game, though, so far, IG, yet again, doing quite decently in the lanes. Bottom, they're farming very well. Middle, like you mentioned, an obliteration fest in favor of our DK of Emo. And then, of course, top lane going very well for Shangyu. Just success all across the board for them.
Yeah, what's happening was Storm the solution, just ban Storm and that's it? Was that maybe the problem for Sumail? He played way too many Storm games and now he has to adapt to other heroes. He's like, oh my god, I just played like 15 games of Storm. What's this puck thing? How does it right click? Oh, look, different animation. Where's my overload?
He's like, overload makes you disappear now? Huh? That doesn't make sense. So far, Sumail and the gang not finding the success they've had leading into the tour. But I think this is what you mentioned earlier. IG, this is just the IG way. If IG don't level up at the end of the tour to start beating out your favorite team, who are they even? So just normal stuff we're seeing out of the boys and whites.
Yeah, for now. I feel like they have two modes. One mode is end of the season, level up, starts winning versus everyone, or the other approach is end of the season, start playing even worse and gets relegated, you know?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, in the event IG qualifies for TI, let's hope that the organizers, that Val says, that no matter what, they're allowed to play. So even on the last day, new challenger comes in, IG, they're warmed up now, they can play Dota.
Yeah. Just give them a whole pass for a couple of days, and after they're done finding themselves, they can come and actually do the work. Yeah.
Everyone else plays double elimination, IG plays triple elimination.
It's sad though, some teams definitely do come online a bit later. Once they do, they play the game really well, but that's the way things are in big tournaments, and I do like big tournaments for that. Like, leagues are fun, because it gives you an opportunity to adapt and come back, but Lynx, there's a stun on DK, so he's dead.
He's super dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very dead. Can't even take the regen rune away. On the bright side, it does waste some time from Emo, as he had to come and get that kill instead of pressuring the tower.
Yeah, but
so those were a couple of critical seconds, but he could still kill Sumail with help from PYW. Do they have what it takes here? Dragon Tail stun, not going to be there in time. So the puck will be able to get away.
No, but Pichu, though, he's kind of deep, but they're rotating Lynx in as well. Even if they rotate him...
survives? I think Pichu dies, but I don't know if they can get anything else off this. Two heroes dream coiled up, but they don't have enough damage. Just have to watch these heroes stand there in front of their faces. They can't approach Emo. He's a bit too strong right now.
Yeah,
so they get the kill, they get to walk away.
The cart is still up. Okay, now he dies. Baboka gets it with a death pact. QIQ, yes. So Enchantress usually, yeah, she usually doesn't have a great time going under towers, you know. Especially tier 2's 7 minutes in. I'm not sure what happened there. He didn't want a suicide, I'm pretty sure, with full HP. But, okay. Happens.
It's a nice kill for XXX to pick up, so that he can start to get some net worth. I do feel like the Beastmaster has to perform. He has to do a little bit of extra legwork in this game for Esther.
He does. I feel like the reason he died there, he was going for the Wisdom Rune. It was minute 7, and he perhaps thought he's going to outrun the Beast. But I feel like you just die to the tower if you run through there. Yeah, in any case, Aster, their supports this time around, level 4 in Disruptor. Clinks, he's got that pack to work with, but also level 4. And you just lost your tier 1 mid.
I'm a bit concerned right now because you're playing with Clinks Disruptor as a support duo. You need to be playing from the front foot. Let's see if they can get Emo middle though. Piku does have the level 2 glimpse. They set up first with the Dream Kill from Sumail. They even bring in XXX for some additional damage. Doesn't have enough mana for the Primal Roar. He just gets it. Throws it out onto the DK. And this DK should end up dead. The flame break was quite nice, but they do save the glimpse and they trigger it out onto the DK. But still, yes, they get the kill, but the fact that it required 4 heroes, and if there was more interference on the side of IG, it's not a guaranteed kill. That is a bit of a harbinger of a future, a problematic one for Team Aster.
Yeah, your range is doing just so much on IG. Goes top, helps Timber take the tower. She was mid before, obviously helped with the Hellbear Smasher. Now she's gonna go bottom through the Twin Portal. You don't really have to help the Timber. One thing that IG have got is these extremely tanky cores. Like you said, it took them 4 heroes to take down the DK. If you want to take down the Timber, it might even take 5.
Gosh, you know, as you're talking, I just remembered how tanky Timbersaw is. And I was like, Jesus, if they're struggling like this with DK, and you have to still deal with Timber, and it's not like Dust doesn't become a problem either, right? Yeah, these Terrorblades early on in the game are very, very killable, but as things scale later and later, Dust starts to become a problem, killing him more quickly and preventing him from using his spells. And with how little control they have, he's always going to get Sundorf in the fight, it feels.
Yeah, of course. Eventually, he becomes a really big problem. They do have some silences for the Sunder. You have Static Storm, you have Pocket with Dreamcoat to hold him in that roar as well. Like, TB is tanky, but he's one of those heroes that Beast can even... he can 100 to 0 with an Axe. That's what XXS has decided to go for, by the way.
Hey.
Aghanims first.
I like it a lot. They need presence in their team fights. Right now, they're about to lose Baboka. I was going to TP out in front of them. Oh no, the new technology can't address the simple TP. Oh no, Ice Frog doesn't want you to learn this one trick. Pick heroes with stun, but Baboka's already gone.
Yeah, from now on they'll probably save those stuns for the TPs. But what's really nice is they're recreating the same move they did in game 1. And that's go into the triangle, steal those stacks. And I feel like one of the biggest issues when those stacks are stolen is your supports are suffering. No one is there leeching any X. And your cores, because of the stacks being taken, can't go into the triangle, so they need to continue laning. So the support once again suffers as he's not getting solo X.
Oh, IG doing a really bang-up job. Let's see if they can escape from this, though, as Team Aster are trying to bounce them away from this area. They glimpse back QIQX, but okay, whatever.
He's gonna force the roar.
No way. He's gonna force the roar, though. Either that or Dreamcoil. Sumelo's also coming over, and they do manage to find the kill.
He's buying Vanguard, by the way, on Edge. Going for...
Honestly, it's Pog, dude. They're having such difficult time with damage on the side of Aster.
Yeah, it's nice. He will be buying the Crimson Guard. Like, that's... Like, Enchantress players, they have 2 modes, right? Like, one ultimate carry mode, I'm going some Dragonlance, Spike, Power Treads, and the other is like, okay, I just need boots and all the utility possible.
Give me Tranquil Boots and maybe a Glimmer Cape if I'm lucky.
No, Ench always finds farm. They don't have to be lucky. Like, I feel like if Enchantress is not farmed, that's on him. Every Enchantress player should find enough farm. So you should get at least one utility, like Glimmer, 4 staffs, pipes, stuff like that.
Speaking of utility items, we just saw Baboka, who's walking around with a medallion, forced to leech experience from Radiant Triangle in order to get anything out of this game so far. Really been struggling to have his influence felt on the map. But on the bright side for Team Aster, they are still finding their farm for their heroes. And by that, I mean Monet is still hitting creeps. As Yasha, getting closer towards having Manta, is behind the Terrorblade though, and that could pose some problems if IG decides to collapse on him before he's ready.
Yeah. Baboka attempts to stack, but only stacks the Ancients. Still though, tier 1 tower not taken down bottom. Minute 13. If you're Aster,
any towers.
Yeah, no towers, of course. If you're Aster, you're probably not happy with that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But then again, they are waiting for some big things, right? Like, you don't have... This tower would have been gone if they went for, like, Helm of Dominator on Beast. But instead, they're playing the long con, the long game, and I think it's good. Like, you need it. You need the sags. I feel still that it's better. It's not giving you map control, but I still feel it's really good into DK, into Timber.
Top side of the map, Baboka. He had just saved his team from a disastrous fight. Whilst the rest of Aster was pushing the tower, IG did smoke up with 3 and try to connect onto him. But he positioned himself perfectly to break the smoke on the Timber, alert his team as to what's up. They all keep their lives as a result.
Yeah.
And XXX, oh, look at this farm, dude. He should be, what, 16 and a half, maybe 17 minutes, have the eggs?
Yeah, he made that stack himself as well. So you're going to be farming it up, enjoying it. His farm isn't that amazing, by the way, for a beast. I feel like I've seen beasts at this point already topping the net worth charts, but after the Ancients, let's see, he's going to move up quite significantly.
Also, if he survives, because there's a gang coming towards them right now. IG, oh no, look who they found. They come across Monet. He does trigger off the Stone Gaze though, but Lasso holds him in position. He can't escape just yet. Static Storm does not come out from the Disruptor. Medusa is still alive. All these heroes caught in, enable them to kill off PYW, but they will not be dissuaded. Medusa will die. And as she takes a tumble, IG, they brought in this Terror Blade as well. So Team Aster realized that we don't have our big weapon. They have their nuke. So it's time for us to retreat from this fight.
It's okay, it's okay. Beastmaster will carry you. He's the one, you know. He's the one in the safest position on the map farming up. I don't know if I'm being sarcastic or not, by the way, but I'm not even sure.
You don't even know. This is something we must discover together.
Usually you want your carry to be farming their PYW.
Should be in a dangerous spot here. Sumail looking to try and take him out. Is able to accomplish it. Killing spree for Sumail. Still not a lot of net worth on this puck. At the bottom of all the cores from the beginning of the game up until now. But that can kind of happen when you have such a rough matchup as he did in the mid lane.
Yeah, 500 gold away for the Beast. Let's go. He's going to get this tower, most likely. And with the tower, it should be enough gold to complete the Aghanims.
Drums of Slom.
It's a lot of damage that he brings, right? And you have a lot of controls. Like, you have the kinetic field, you have the dream coil, so you can just run around, dish out that damage.
Just slum it up. And like you said, they should be able to take down the tower. IG did not want to mount a defense for this. And they simply let it go. Okay. That will give the Ags, like you mentioned. Can they do anything with this just yet? Or do you want to see him still farm for a little while? Finish off like a Blink Dagger on Puck first?
Does he have it? It's flying out to him already. So he's got the Blink.
All right, sweet. In that case, XXX, take the Twin Gates. Go join the crew. Let's go fight.
Yeah, I think that he might even TP. He's got that tags. It's completed. They're super ready. They can smoke up to him. And the thing is, Sumail is on one side, he's on the other. Let's see, I'm interested. Where are they gonna fight? Like, this tier 2 tower on top, with everything that you've got right now, shouldn't fall. Like, you should def it on Aster.
And indeed, bringing in the numbers. This is problematic for IG. They did pop the Dragon Knight form to try and make this push happen. So they would not like to leave without getting at least a kill. And they're going to smoke up to try and make it happen. Sumail, he's the one that's forward-facing. Yet again, Baboka with some heroism. Breaking the smoke, giving Aster the information they need. So these heroes should not die. That being said, Sumail occupying a very dangerous area here. Sumail gets blink lassoed and killed. Oh my goodness. IG, they will be able to get that. They might get another as they find the Disruptor. PQ gets taken out as well. Listen, they knew that was coming. Why did they go there?
Yeah, it's Medusa and Beast. They're just not joining. This Medusa is nowhere nearly as farmed as in the last game. Monet just not having Dust's performance on the Medusa. It's not even about Dust. The whole game isn't going that well for them. They went there because they're thinking, yeah, if we can set up the fight with our control heroes, then we can TP in perhaps the Beast and the Medusa take a good engagement. But the problem was, Batrider, way too good. PY Dub, smoked, goes all the way around, dodges everything, doesn't get revealed, and then jumps the puck. Really, really nicely initiated by him.
Well, after that last fight, I think it's pretty clear that poor Sumail is not going to be playing Dota until he finishes the Lincoln Sphere. There's Blink Dragon Tail Stunt, Blink Lasso. It's too much. So, Team Aster, the thing I wanted for them was to be active, but unfortunately, for them to get to that point, back to farm we go.
They need the butterfly at least, right? I feel like that's the golden point for Monet. Usually you get the butterfly, you go for Roche, but I don't think that's going to be that easy. This time around, I feel like even with the butterfly, he'll have to take a fight. Dust is kind of keeping up. Like, he's not keeping up. He's 3K ahead. He's doing much better even. He's going to have that butterfly at around the same time, if not even earlier. Plus, he has the Dragonlance on top.
Let's see if they can kill this Timbersaw at the very least down bottom, and they should be able to find him. Primal Roar, Static Storm, and right-click damage. They make it happen. And that's going to set them up for a Roshan attempt, potentially, as the big man is now making his way towards his holiday home down bottom. And there's no buyback on the Timbersaw. He won't be back in time. I think they got this. They have Solar Crest as well from Baboka.
That's huge, actually. Okay. That's actually huge. Like, this pick off on Timbersaw brought them back into life. Let's see. Yeah, IG. It feels like they won't even attempt this. They won't even try defending. And now some big things are coming up for Aster. Like, your Beast, you could just see the Courier fly out, give him Crimson. You have the Aegis on the Medusa. You're on a hunt now. QIQX, you're the first one to die. There's a glimpse on him, probably.
Sumail.
Is he gonna die?
Look at Sumail, though. No, he's fine, dude. Yeah, Vanguard. No, Crimson Guard even. With level 1 untouchable, he's cool.
They're just afraid. They're afraid to go on him. Cool.
I mean, that's exactly the spot Sumail died last time, right? So he has a little bit of PTSD from that jump in the top lane.
One thing as
Team
well
Aster.
one thing as well that Anch is bringing you is Enchant, and with Enchant you can take down Medusa's illusions. So that's always gonna be nice. Make her fight for you a little bit at least.
It's like when you see these Ench players playing into Doxia, praying that they get a very good illusion to take over.
Yeah, it's like Darkseer and versus Anti-Mage, right? AM strong in the lane, Darkseer stronger later. But if there's Ench, no, even better for AM.
Well, the Edge team right now is smoked up. They did leave her behind to solo siege the tier 2 tower middle. I believe I have to say those words.
I love this solo Enchantress with 90 damage. And you glimpse her, though. Like, this could be bad for Aster.
If they can kill her is the question. They're going for it. Crimson Guard was popped. QIQX is still freaking alive. Emo thinking about making the jump, and they do. They find the Medusa. Static Storm will be there, though. Monet pops the Manta Style, but holding on to the Stone Gaze. Dream Coil on the 3 heroes on the back edge of the fight. They force out a BKB from Emo, but unfortunately, even with this Dream Coil, they didn't have the damage to bring any of these heroes down. So IG will just retreat right now. Piggy has clips again in 5 seconds. Will he have range and vision onto this Enchantress? Baboka's providing that vision, and he catches the Enchantress. They might not even need the glimpse.
He's got
they will
again.
Trigger it off anyway. And this time around, they have enough to bring the Ench down. But that was a fight that started in front of its tier 2 tower. It ends on the other side of the river, and only Enchantress ends up being the casualty.
No, but that fight is kind of... so... I feel that fight tells more about IG's weaknesses than anything else. Like, at the moment, they are unable to kill off anyone. Like, usually if Enchantress gets glimpsed and gone on like that, and a lot of spells are used on her, the team that's playing with the Ench should be punishing. PY Dub.
Does he die? Oh, nice
Glimpse.
glimpse from Piggy. PY Dub thought he'd gotten the dub by getting out, but Piggy's like, my friend, hold an L instead. Go home.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage, I feel like, at the moment. So Medusa with the Aegis and the Crimson Guard completed on Beast. Roar.
Speaking of Beastmaster, he finds a Primal Roar onto Shang Yu. There's Timbersaw, though, fairly difficult to kill. Dream Coil missed completely. Yep. And there is indeed a glimpse again, but Piggy not in position just yet, so Timber does escape. However, the tier 2 tower is still opened up, and they should still be able to claim it.
Yeah, and the crit has been purchased by Monet as well. Minutes and 30, 25 minutes into the game. No sides have been attacked. No high ground, that is, but still a decent position to be in. But that's mostly because of the Aegis as well. Once the Aegis is reclaimed on Medusa, I feel like, yeah, from then on, IG can think about taking a good fight.
IG, if they do want to take a good fight, we're going to have Dust being involved. That's the one big thing. That last fight, we also saw Emo was able to get there, but Dust wasn't really able to sit there and throw out right-click damage.
Yeah, he was kind of on the outskirts. He was Dream Coiled, Static Storm as well prevented him, right? Do you think that this Skadi changes, though? Changes things, that is. TB is not very far away from it.
These inevitable heroes, you love it. Baboka, yet again proving to be an advanced ward for his team, enables Piggy to glimpse back QIQX. And this time around, they will not play any games. They know it's an edge, they know she requires commitment to kill.
That's some puppy edge right there. You know how he plays these heroes, these tanky boys. Sometimes on edge, by the way, he can carry the game, but most of the times he's the sacrificial one. Just goes in front, buys a lot of, I don't know, bracers, vanguards, whatever, pipes. Dies, but makes you work for it.
And as you're working for it, quintessential space is being created elsewhere. You were mentioning the Skadi is not too far away from Dust. The time has now come. The item is online. We'll see if IG want to try and deploy it somewhere on the map. As they're gathering around this mid area, they are scouted by a Beastmaster Hawk, though. So once the Skadi does arrive for a fight, Team Aster are aware of its existence.
I feel like if you're IG, you should be taking the Skadi to a fight. And yeah, Dragon Form on 50%. Not the longest cooldown, though. They can perhaps get this tier 2 mid with it.
Sea Dragon, an illusion, and a couple right clicks should be able to kill this one off. The tier 2 tower does indeed fall. Team Aster had zero interest in contesting that. They were instead trying to get a clinks for Baboka. An Aghanim shot for him has been picked up off the Tormentor. Good stuff.
Yeah, they get that Burning Barrage now to work with against the Ench. But he does get stunned on mid. They do have enough catch with the lasso. Not even needed.
PY Dub is like, I will not use this on you, a lowly support. These are for your cores. But these cores are now harder to kill, even with lasso. Lincoln Sphere just got picked up by the puck. With BKB, Crimson God Ags on this Beastmaster, and Dusa, you know, just being Dusa, building her own Skadi. IG starting to feel very happy about letting Baboka just let himself die off like this if it makes the rest of the cores stronger later. So Team Aster, what do we need to do now on the side of IG? You know that they're going to be playing for the next Roshan for Team Aster. Now that the Aegis has been reclaimed, do you try and force an engagement yourself? Try to leverage the Skadi in a fight? Or do you wait for them to come to you around the Roshan pit?
Well, Medusa still didn't finish the Skadi, right? So you can't really force anything. You need that first. Once you do get the Skadi, I think the time is really good for you to take some tier 2s. Like, you gotta be careful about the bat. Like, he's always really good at defending, jumps you, lassos you, forces you out of position. But overall, I feel that both teams have got what it takes to take these fights. Maybe if you're IG, you're kind of happy with just chilling and farming. You do have a Dragonite, after all, from the mid lane, right? So he's scaling quite well too. I believe that's an AC completed on Emo.
Yep, he has AC. Can start thinking about getting his own Ags, Manta, these kind of items. Gonna take out a Tormentor for themselves, and Enchantress gets your favorite little spell, the little friends, nice.
I mean, I guess it's not that bad in this game. Like, you can use it against Beast, right? Like, he's gonna have
that's true.
He's gonna have some boards. I've noticed that QIQX has been enchanting him most of the boards, that is, most of the time. So now you have little friends as well to use on top of that.
Let's try to get rid of the army as quick as possible. And Enchantress also building into a Heaven's Halberd. My god, his QIQX is going to be so tanky if he's allowed to actually get there.
Is there anyone else? I felt like someone else was building it too on their side. No one, right? Just him.
No, it's just him. Just him. At least for now. They could still change their mind about that.
I think maybe it was Timber. He changed his mind. They are going in. Look, there's a lot of control from Aster. If they're on high ground with Medusa, this Roche fight could be very scary for IG.
Yep. They don't have any armor reduction either on the side of IG, so this is taking a little bit longer, but sadly, finding an inroad for Aster is not easy either. As Shangyu, he's posted up on the high ground, but Boca actually gets jumped behind the Roshan pit. They found him, they kill him, and that could enable them to start a fight elsewhere. Piggy forced to just glimpse back Shangyu. So they get Aegis Cheese, a bonus kill from Baboka. Okay, good stuff for IG.
Nice little attempt to steal Roche with the barrage. Is it barrage or a barrage? It's a barrage, right?
I believe it's barrage, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in any case, nice attempt to steal that. But sadly for him, he just dies in the end. Nothing else happens. Luckily for them, though, TB not the greatest of Aegis users, right? It's not a Storm, a Medusa, because of that metamorphosis that you lose with death, but it's still pretty good. And DK gets cheese. I don't know, if you're IG, I feel like the time is as good as ever.
For a game that has an 11k gold lead in favor of IG, this is shockingly even. It feels like a perfectly 50-50 game at the moment. This Dusa is still getting super stacked. Honestly, I think right now, the way IG is just playing better, I think, overall than Team Aster. But Team Aster could still execute a good team fight. Their game state is, by no stretch of the imagination, a bad one.
No, I completely agree. You have this blink on your Disruptor. He can glimpse the target back. You're getting blink on Beast. You'll have some blink Static Storm Roar. Bot lane Emo does get jumped on, but Bat might jump Sumail instead. He can bring that. Yeah, there we go.
He breaks the Lincoln Sphere, and now they have ways to bring down this DK. Can he be helped out by Baboka? Baboka doesn't need to prefer help, because it turns out Sumail is now tanky enough that he can survive this all by his lonesome. Triggers out a regen rune on the way out, which explains why he's willing to make such a risky play.
Right, top lane, they
so while he can escape, Baboka might not be as lucky. As he runs away, he does glimpse back on the edge, like you mentioned. They force a Primal Roar as well, but it does end up killing the Enchantress. At this point, as XXX, it's a 1 minute cooldown. It's free gold. You might as well take it.
Yeah, it's 60 seconds. You really want to get this Enchantress away from your side of the map. Stop her from pushing in constantly. That's why Ench gets farm, right? Like, that's one of the benefits of the hero. Baboka, he can just enchant pretty much anything. Sorry, not Baboka, QIQX. He can enchant anything to get that bonus damage on the creep. Just starts pushing in. Especially if you enchant a ranged creep with piercing, it feels just like, perfect.
Let's see if Team Master can make this particular gank of theirs perfect as well. They did trigger the Primal Roar top, but it's coming back off cooldown. And XXX, using the proceeds of the Enchantress's life, bought a Blink Dagger. Would love to use this on the Terrorblade's face, but Dust is not going to show himself.
By the way,
IG in general, just hidden on the map.
The double damage now in Medusa, another smoke. They really want to use everything they've got, and Plinks, he's got a lot.
Comes
Nullifier.
across the Timber Saw. Xiang Yu will be forced to use off his Aghanim Scepter. Nullifier, like you mentioned, did get thrown out by the Slinks. Primal Roar onto the Timber Saw as well. But they realized very quickly on Team Aster that they actually don't really want to be here. They've expended so many spells. Fortunately for them, though, IG do not have a disruptor of their own, but they do have a smoke, as they're going to pop it. Now it's their turn to go for a chase and try to find a big target.
Yeah, but their lanes aren't really pushing in. That's maybe one thing that's messing them up. You can see Medusa being so far back. He knows what's up.
QIQX will at least prop down an Observer Ward, hoping that somebody was in the vicinity. But sadly for them, Aster are far too experienced to fall for this, and they are waiting safely and comfortably in the wings. Reinforcements are coming in though, so IG should be the ones to reconsider if this is the position they want to take. And it looks like they're gonna stay here.
They use the meta. I don't think they have an option at this point. I think you're just committed. You have Aegis for 30 more seconds. Okay, you take the high ground tower. Glimpse is there.
Okay. The Glimpse does, but he still has an Aegis for 25 seconds. A very unappetizing target as a result. So I think he lives. He's okay. They get a tier 3, they get out. And honestly, as much as Team Aster would have liked to pick somebody off, I think both sides are kind of relieved the fight didn't happen. A fight might still happen though, as Dust gets glimpsed back. XXX wants to find the roll. He does get it off. Xiang Yu going forward to try and run interference, but they have the chain disable onto Dust and they got him. They bring him down 100-0. No buyback for him. Xiang Yu really did try his best, but now he's isolated from the team without any mana, without any options, and now without any life. IG end up losing 2. Incredible chase from Team Aster and a demonstration of the Disruptor's prowess.
Yeah, I think like it's one of the easiest games for an MVP for me. If it continues going this way, the easiest MVP of my life, getting that Blink Dagger so early on. Disruptor, Tranquils, Faded Brooch, Blink Dagger, always in position to glimpse the target back. Finds him. The rest is just control, right? Which they had an abundance of. The Dream Coil, the Roar, the Static Storm. Maybe a problem for this meta boy. Doesn't have that BKB.
Speaking of the Roar, it gets deployed yet again, but now Emo jumping onto Sumail. I don't think they'll be able to kill him, but now with the lasso, maybe they might. Sumail gets dragged back, but they don't have their big damage dealers. Both of them are still in the grave. However, they are returning, and as they come back, Team Aster will beat a hasty retreat. XXX even pops a BKB to ensure he can get out. But nonetheless, they got a tier 3 tower, equalizing the damage they received on their side of the map.
Yeah, if you're IG, are you happy with that? You're not that sad, like you didn't have your position 2 and 3, both of them died and you still didn't lose a side, you only lost the tier 3 towers, so it's a decent defense. Emo just demonstrating the power of Dragonite once more.
What an intriguing game the second game has been. You know, earlier you were talking about how these supports, or rather the key metric for a lot of these supports is experience, especially when the game isn't going well. Have you also been feeling lately that gold leads are, I wouldn't say insignificant, but they don't feel as impactful as they used to be?
I don't know.
Like
It really depends on the game. I can see your point, like in a game such as this one, right? Like you're sitting on high ground, and for IG it's very difficult to breach. It doesn't matter that you're at some point 8k behind, 10k even. Bat, PY dub.
PY dub about to hold yet another L.
It was
taken out.
Yeah, but what he did was actually not that bad. He went through the trees. He was maybe setting up to break the smoke even. The problem was it was Klinks running in first. So an Invis unit breaks his smoke. He doesn't have... Gets its smoke broken, that is. So Bat doesn't have time to react and blink back.
Speaking of that, Klinks, I think if Aster wins, you and I are going to have a conversation, because I think Boboka quietly has had a phenomenal game on this Klinks. His positioning has been out of this world. He's broken multiple smokes, set his team up for multiple ganks.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's had some, he's had some really nice positions. It's not even about the damage that he's dealing, and he's dealing a lot. That shard that he got together with Nullifier, the Solar Crest, now building into Desolator as well. He really wants to make TB feel like a normal hero.
Speaking of TB, how is our boy doing here? Butterfly, Scotty, Hurricane Pike, MKB, Manta. Not enough time to finish the Tanic before the next fight, so you probably have to say this is enough. Does still have buyback as well. However, has been scouted. These Hawks from XXX, the vision game from Team Aster in the second game has just been something else.
I'm not giving Hawks the MVP, Snare. I'm just not doing that.
Right, fair enough. Fair enough. The guy who clicks the Hawks can maybe get it. But that's also contingent on them winning this fight. The Hawk clicker himself does have the blink available. Sumail jumps forward, only finds the jump onto Emo, but they've isolated Shangyu inside the Static Storm as well. They really want him, but at the same time, the Medusa's been the one that's caught out. And they couldn't get to her in time with the rest of Team Aster. IG completely rinsed through Monet's life, and Dust finally able to stand and deliver his damage. And we see what it can do to this Dusa, but she's brought back now. They are fully committed on Team Aster for this Roshan fight. They cannot give it up. But sadly for IG, Metamorphosis is finishing. They have to force something happening right now.
Yeah, they really want to force it because Timber bought back as well, and he's here. He's back into the fray. Can they fight? Roar will be back up in 20 seconds. Problem is, you can't really run away that easily. This Disruptor, actually, just already taking the Twin Gate down bottom. Why the hell not, right? Rosh will be there.
Yeah, like, but look middle. They're losing ranks.
Let's go. QYQX.
Oh my god. What a player.
Yeah, that's the Enchantress. That's also Enchantress with the Shard, by the way. Not only do you get little friends right now from the Shard, you get the ability to take down 2 creeps. So with the enchant, you can actually enchant 2 creeps now.
Awkward place to be for the side of IG as they have to come through those Twin Gates. If they want to have any hope of dealing with this, they come through with Shangyu first. He has the Aghanim Scepter to protect him with the beefed up reactive armor. Yeah. Emo now. They're all chasing for Boca. This guy, what a player. He should still end up dead here, I imagine. Flame Break pushes him back. They're trying to buy space and time with this kinetic field. He's still alive. Primal Roar goes out onto Shangyu. Monet's here as well with right-click damage. They've got the Stone Gaze down with the Static Storm on top of the Timber. And that's a dieback on Timber. Clips back now onto Dust. He has to run away from this fight. QIQX, he's going to try and put his body on the line to delay proceedings as much as he humanly can. To jump back in though, Emo finds Baboka, kills him off, but Baboka does have buyback. But Emo might have isolated himself and put himself in the worst place ever. He has no way to escape
BKB
this,
cheese.
forced into eating the cheese. Pumps the PKB as well. Dreamcoil connects onto both him and Dust.
They're trying
really
the Medusa.
Second life. BYW, he finds the lasso. They find the Medusa. That's a dieback on the Snake Lady. Baboka's here as well for this fight. And he'll end up dead too. Dust gets forced out forward into a Sunder on Piku, enabling the TB to stay alive. PYW trying to take the Twin Gate out, won't be able to. He dies, forced to buy back. But Dust gonna stand his ground. The Metamorphosis came back. He is now big bad TB. They've already killed Piku. He's forced to buy back as well. XXX has Primal Roar at the ready, waiting in the wings, hoping to try and assassinate this TB. But IG are starting to retreat from this area.
They might get him.
What a fracas. What a fight.
Yeah.
Will they? No way.
Crazy
Picky's
fight.
not here.
Well, he was with the blink. He bought back. I was thinking maybe he'll try to go for it. But what a crazy fight. Like, just a master performance from both of these teams. Maybe it wasn't flawless. I felt like IG had no business chasing Clinks for so long when you have no meta to work with. Like, you're gonna get punished, right? PYW, you don't have buyback, my friend.
He does not. He does have a TB to help him though, but TB might have now doomed himself. He gets Primal Roared up. Will he be able to escape this? TB is falling low. TB is dead. And Bad Rider dies anyway for this one. Shangyu, he showed up at the very end of this, but he can't really do all that much. He's trying to solo into this Beastmaster who's gonna TP home. At the same time, Terrorblade bought back. So now that they bought back, it's IG's turn to be fully committed for the Roshan.
What the hell was that? That's Sunder. Yeah. I see why he did it, though. He did it because Batrider doesn't have a buyback. He does. Batrider just bought back. He didn't want to allow to have that dieback there, but that was kind of... yeah. Didn't look great, let's just put it that way. They got Yags. Who gets it? TB? Glimpse?
TB got glimpsed back. He has an Aegis in tow, so not an easy customer to bring down. Emo, he's the one that's sitting with the Black Dragon form, so we know the answer to your question, Liz. Got a big bad dragon. TB still on full HP. Timbersaw going in right now. Baboka falling low. And this time they've learned. Once Baboka escapes, they're like, all right, buddy, you're good. You can escape. Primal Roar, though, goes on to Shang Yu, and they should be able to clean him up with the Stone Gaze to cover this. And speaking of the Stone Gaze, Monet runs in front of the Terror Blade to make sure they can stun him up. And Dust will end up dead. First life gone. Emo comes into the fray with the Black Dragon form and BKB going, and he's doing so much work. But the cheese doesn't come off in time. Dust trying to fight through everything by his lonesome. 2 seconds away from having meta, 3 seconds from Sunder. All of them way too late. As he dies, Team Aster find themselves in a 3v1 situation and potentially trying to get themselves a lane of racks through bottom.
Holy shit, man. This game went from being, you know, like everyone is just chilling, farming, into like a culmination that I haven't seen in a really long while. Insane last, what, 7-8 minutes of just one fight after another. It started, so realistically, it started minute 38, 37 on top. It was still nighttime. And then it continued through the twin gates down bottom. This looked like one of your, obviously my very hated, but one of those anime fights like in Dragon Ball Z that last like 7 episodes. 7. Yeah, I wish 7, 57. I remember those days. Dude, like, yeah. Bat.
What a wild ride. And the fight's not done just yet because the Batrider, he's going in. He's getting himself right-click down, though. He's going to end up dead. 75 seconds in the grave without buyback. Dreamcoil coming in onto all 3 heroes. Primal Roar onto Emo as well. Medusa going in with Stone Gaze. They freeze up the DK. They really want to kill him, but Emo is so strong. He finally does get off the cheese this time as he didn't eat it in the last fight. And now they can potentially turn on to Dusa. She's a bit too tanky though.
She's too tanky.
Him and Emo, they're doing their best, but without the help of Dust, they just can't do it. Now this Nullifier comes back, assaults onto the Timbersaw, and as it kills him off, the GG is thrown, and Team Aster will take us to a deciding game 3. It turns out the Snake Lady is freaking busted. Please get rid of her if you want to win Dota 2 right now.
Yeah, you wanted to see it, you're gonna get it. Game 3.